Hey everybody, it's Tony the Blacksmithing Gamer, and here we do everything from blacksmithing to 3D printing to bring the things inside the video games into the real world. This week, Sword of the Necromancer came out. It's a little indie game, and I decided to make the Sword of the Necromancer. It is a mini little sword, but the idea for a lot of my projects is to get the concept out there so that you can I can show you how you could do it if you wanted to full size it. All you have to do is scale it up. So let's show you how I built this. Let's get to it.
As always, the files are free for you to download in the link below. Or if you don't have a 3D printer, check out my website, blacksmithinggamer.ca, for even more things that I've made in the past. Or if you just like this build and want to support me, hit that like and subscribe button down there below.
Alright, so we are beginning the print of the Sword of the Necromancer from the Sword of the Necromancer. And we're loading it up on the slicer here, and we're going to send it off to the 3D printer right now. Alright, so we got most of the Sword of the Necromancer printed. I had a bit of an issue with the hilt, so you'll see here some of the spikes actually came right off. On this side as well, it pretty much came detached, shifted. I blame the lack of support material. So I've upped the support material on the piece, reprinting it as we speak. And unfortunately, this broken one is going right here. And we will hopefully see a better piece tomorrow. So we got the sword all printed, Sword of the Necromancer specifically. We're going to use some 2-part epoxy, mix it up, put it on the parts where we want to stick them together, and hold them for 5 minutes. Let's get to that. Alright, so we have the sword of the Necromancer ready to go. I'm going to give it a little bit of sanding, and then I'm going to hit it with some gold paint as the base coat. So let's get sanding, and then this guy will be ready to go. Alright, enough sanding. Let's get to painting. Alright, so we have the base coat on. We're going to use our acrylic paints to put the rest of the layers on. And well, all that is basically a little bit of red for the center here. We're going to have a different red for the handle, along with color this part black and the orb at the pommel. Let's get to painting. Alright, we got the sword of the Necromancer up, painted, ready to go. We're going to hit it with a little bit of clear just to give it a little bit of that shine, and then we'll show you how it looks. So a few things about this sword here. It does come in 4 pieces, and I just glued it together with 2-part epoxy. I painted it with a base coat of gold, and then just painted the detail work on there with acrylic paint. So nothing too crazy. I really like the way it looks though. I think it really replicates the in-game model quite well, and you know, I really almost regret printing it so small, but I've had a few orders lately, and I want to make sure I get those out for the people who have made the orders. So I've sacrificed a little bit of the size on this week's project to make sure that people get their orders. Still working on getting all my printers up and running, and well, that's a whole nother story probably for another time. But thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this build, hit that subscribe button down there below. Let me know in the comments how I did and what other weapons you'd like to see built from weapons or things from video games. If you want to follow me on any of these social media websites, you can get daily updates on the projects I'm working on. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tony, the Blacksmithing Gamer, where every week we're making things from the games we love.